What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters, man. Let's get right off into this, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our 47th President of the United States. Donald Trump won the election. Kamala Harris was defeated by Donald Trump. Congratulations to Donald Trump. Congratulations to everybody that voted wisely. Every time around the time on the election, man, I can't stand the things I hear. People be voting off of feelings. People be voting off of their own personal reasons. It has nothing to do with what's on the ballots. I be listening to people talk and they be like, oh, I just don't like him, so I'm not voting for him. What about what he stands for and what he represents? What about that? I said, because if you close your eyes and you wasn't looking at nobody, and then people read off the ballots of what people are standing for and want to put in play when they get in office, you'd be amazed at who the person is you really want to vote for. For the most part, the Republicans and the Democrats gonna always be the front runners over the independent. Always, for the most part. So it's going to be between them two. So if you're a person of morality, integrity, and you love God, people, you're going to vote based upon the things that line up with God that's right for all people. When you do it that way, then it works out for all the people, whether they know it's for their good or not. See, an atheist will go against God but don't know the goodness of God to know that the things of God is good for them even though they're against God. God is good for everybody. Everybody. And you will never know that until you humble yourself and allow yourself to see that. And I guarantee you, anybody who ever did that, they'll find out it's true. One of the reasons why Donald Trump won this election, he had the majority of the Christian votes, and he had a phenomenal uprising increase in the black votes, which hurt the Democratic Party a lot when the majority of the minorities actually start having a change of heart. Look at the map. Look at the map. Look at all those red. Look at all those red states. Look at all those red states. So many people have turned away from this Democratic Party, man. It ain't funny. A lot of black people opening up their eyes now, seeing how evil this party is, because we at one time were taught to believe that the Democratic Party is for us. Oh, you black, so you automatically should be a Democrat because the Democratic Party is for the blacks and the Republicans are for the whites. In ignorance, you accept that and just fall in line. But when you come to the knowledge of information, bringing you to the knowledge of truth, and you look into the background and history of these parties and the origin behind them and how they were made up, then you find out this Democratic Party is one of the worst things that could have ever happened to black people when it comes to the structure of the family. Look at the policies they really were trying to run on. Kamala Harris wanted to win this election by murdering black children, because the majority of all these abortions are done in urban communities, where these majority of these Planned Parenthood, abortion clinics, and things like that is actually in urban communities where the majority of these operations taking place is against blacks and Hispanics. So she wanted to win the election off that. She wanted to win the election off of the LGBTQ agenda. She wanted to win the election of being a woman. She wanted to win the election off of desensitizing God. And those are things that, let me tell you something, those are things that blacks and Hispanics, for the most part, take serious. Number one, playing with God. For the most part, blacks don't like that. Because regardless of if they faithful to God or not, they do acknowledge God, and they are very superstitious when it comes to playing with God. Blacks and Hispanics are very superstitious when it comes to playing with God. For the most part, even when we were coming up, we didn't really like that. We may not have been faithful, devout men or women of God, but one thing we didn't really do, we didn't really play with God. We could be on the street, walking down the street, cussing up a storm. Yeah, you know, the B did this, that mother F for that. Man, F you, nigga. But soon we come close to the church, we recognize it and mind our language till we pass the church. Then it's back cussing again. Yeah, you know, like I said, yeah. We always been very superstitious of God. And even though we play with God, we try not to play with God. Some of us play with God in ignorance. So that's one thing the blacks and Hispanics don't like. Don't play with God. Kamala Harris and them, that Democratic Party is always against God. Y'all saw what happened in her rally. A person yelled out, "Jesus is Lord." She like, you in the wrong place. Take that somewhere else. Not in here. See what I mean? But you want to govern the people God made and created. But you want to disrespect and go against the living God who made and created you, which leads to another thing. Blacks and Hispanics is really, really offensive of. And not only blacks and Hispanics, but a lot of people. But what I want to show you is what shifted the black community to where a lot of them left the Democratic Party and started voting Republican. The murdering of these children. Ain't nothing cool about that. And when you're hearing people literally for abortion, that really shows you how evil they are. Even though they try to say, but what if a woman was raped? And what if it was incest? Okay, I get sometimes that happens. But you can't kill all these children and use that as a means to allow abortion. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't justify it at all. Even if a woman was raped, I don't justify it at all. Because if we're going to say we are a country for rights for all people, then that also includes children. Now, you don't have to keep the child if you rape. Give it away. Give it away. A lot of people wouldn't take that child. There's a lot of women who can't even have children that would love to take in that child, that you don't have to have nothing to do with it. But that child have a right to life. That child has a right to love. That child has a right to grow. That child has a right to choose. That child has a right to be happy just like you are. It's crazy how people alive and fortunate that they mama carried them only to try to take it away from somebody else when you were fortunate enough to have life, when you fortunate enough to make choices and decisions. What if it was taken from you? What if you were blended and butchered in a womb? You wouldn't be feeling the way you feeling now for abortion, but since you alive and you made it out the womb and you got life, now you against abortion. That's so fake and it's so hypocritical. I mean, now you for abortion. That's fake and it's hypocritical. Terrible, shameful, and very hypocritical. See, what y'all don't know in y'all ignorance, again, is when you murdering children, you're not just getting rid. When a woman is pregnant and that baby inside her stomach, and she getting rid of that baby, you ain't getting rid of one person. You're getting rid of you. That's mass murder and genocide. Let me give you an example. Let's say my mama wanted to abort me and she killed me. She wasn't just getting rid of me. I have 7 children and 6 grandchildren. Okay? That's 14 of us already. None of my grandchildren have had children yet. They're going to have children. So you wasn't just getting rid of me. You were getting rid of all 7 of my children I have right now and all 6 of my grandchildren I have right now. So you didn't just kill me. This is mass murder and mass genocide. And they want to run the election. They tried to run the election painting this agenda. Oh, Donald Trump is racist. Donald Trump is racist. So let me get this right. This is what I mean by knowing the truth. So he's racist. But you're a black woman. You is for the murdering of black children. He is trying to ban it, but he's the racist. So the white man who's against the murdering of black children is the racist, but the black woman who not so-called a racist is for the murdering of black kids. Come on, man, get up out of here. Here, take it. Take it. Bang the gavel on your damn self. Don't worry. I'm going to do it for you. No. No. No, 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 no. No. Man, get out of here with that trash. Terrible. Sad. Talking about how you pro-black, how you for black people. Oh, Black Lives Matter. Do Black Lives matter in the womb? So Black lives don't matter in the womb. Get y'all dumbasses out of here. Y'all people so damn fake it ain't even funny. You ain't nothing but a bunch of Satanists, a bunch of warlocks and witches, a bunch of evil Jezebels, undercover, satanic, wicked, evil, demonic, Illuminati spirits. That's all it is. Another thing they wanted to run the agenda on, the pushing of homosexuality. It's another thing blacks and Hispanics for the most part don't play, even though a lot of people don't. What the reason why I'm using blacks and Hispanics is because I'm trying to show you how so many people that's black and Hispanic have left the Democratic Party as a result of these agendas that they're trying to push. And this is very telling. Let me tell you why. If you look at what's going on in social media era, you will swear that the homosexual vote has a power and strength in this nation. Well, this election proved that they don't. Look at the numbers. Look how convincingly Donald Trump won this election. Look at these states. Look at how majority of all these United States states is everywhere red. Look at that. That's very telling, because the majority of the homosexuals are Democrats. They push the LGBT agenda through the Democratic Party so that laws and legislation can be passed on their behalf to be enforced on the American people. This is the campaign she was running up under, wanting to push that agenda. So think about that. She's pushing an anti-God agenda. She's pushing an anti-children agenda. She's pushing a homosexual agenda. So of course, you lost a lot of blacks and Hispanics and believers who believe in God. You lost that. Terrible. And they want to push that agenda, but they're going to show you that they don't really have no strength. They don't really have no power. The homosexual population in the United States only is 1%. It only make up 1% of the population. No matter how much social media trying to show y'all, no matter how much they try to put it on movies to make it seem like this is the way, this is what's trending, this is the way to be, this is the thing to be. No, it ain't. And again, it's very satanic. It's full of witchcraft, and it's very nasty, and it's very evil. And God will judge it. Period. Y'all don't have to believe in God, but I guarantee you he's going to judge it. Let me show y'all something else y'all might not been mindful of that y'all needed to know, and what makes these elections so important. Pay attention to this. This is Isaiah chapter 3, verse 11 and 13. Look at what God says here. Verse 11 here. Woe to the wicked. This is a judgment. Anytime you hear this word woe, that is a judgment. Woe to the wicked. It shall be ill with him. For the reward of his hands shall be given him. As for my people, watch this, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. This is a judgment. This is when you know that a nation is going down the drain. When children become the oppressors by which they are out of control, reckless, demonic, and there is no example setters. There is no consequences behind the actions of the rebellious children that you see going on in this country right now. All these senseless murders and killings and shootings from all these young people. And then look, and women will rule over you. This is not the way that God ordained a nation to be ran. We got over 350-something million people in the United States. And you mean to tell me our best representative to represent this country among the nations in the brink of World War III is a woman? No disrespect to women, but this is not your position by which God ordained nations to be ran. Because it shows a sign of weakness. Women rule by emotions, men rule by logics. And being the president of the United States is not a position for emotions, but great thinking, wise counsel, strength. And if she would have won, you can bet that the end time would have been rushed speedily through. Shouts out to Sister Jess for that advice. Now that Donald Trump is the president, I believe that God is allowing people more time to repent and get themselves together while we're on the brink of World War III, so there can be an established order here. Because if Kamala Harris would have won this election, it would have been hell to pay when you're dealing with all these prideful, arrogant men that don't respect women in these countries, from Kim Jong and all these Islamic leaders and Putin them. They don't respect women. And they're not willing to negotiate with women. And this is a terrible, American people is terrible. But they're ignorant to life. And they're ignorant to God. Sad. As for my people, children are their oppressors. See, we was already at that stage, but we were getting to this stage, and women rule over you. Thank God for the born again, Bible believing Christians, man, who've been praying all over the world, who came together. Shame on you so-called Christians who actually calling yourself Christians, and yet you support homosexuality. You support abortion and murdering the children. You voting for Kamala Harris, who on record publicly disrespecting your God, your Lord and Savior, who died for you. Shame on you people. Here's Donald Trump running to actually put prayer back in school, Bible reading back in school, giving you the right to worship God without the LGBTQ trying to put sanctions and all type of violations on us through the Democratic Party like they've been doing. Got the whole industry being extorted. Ain't that what they've been doing? Can't say nothing against homosexuality, could you? It's a violation. You got to apologize. You get heavily taxed. Some places incriminated. This is the role that they're trying to do. How do 1% of the population try to have complete dominance and power over the rest of the population? Educating and teaching young kids. They got books, homosexual books, called the Gay BCs, where you teaching little children at the age of 3 and 4 what sucking dick mean, what sucking pussy mean, what getting fucked in the ass mean. How is that not satanic? How is that not wicked? How is that not corrupted? And these are all facts and truths. That go to show you how satanic that is. Then giving them the right to adopt children, to bring them under their household, only to then doctrinize them and deceive them into actually following their same lifestyle, in harming and touching and raping and molesting them, in trying to cut their sexual organs off to push their agenda. Ain't nobody finna keep sitting back watching this stuff. It's a breaking point. The people ain't standing for this stuff no more, regardless to what the consequences is. Wake the hell up. Congratulations to Donald Trump. He was by far the better choice. The better businessman. He already ran the country. We already under Kamala Harris' administration, and people want to change. Why the hell we gonna get you in there another 4 to 8 years for? You ain't doing good now. Promising, if you get me in, I'll make things better. Why you ain't making them better now? You are an American citizen, right? You supposed to be making it better whether you win or whether you lose. I don't got to put you in there to make you do better when you already in there and should be doing better. Get up out of here. Nobody trying to hear that. This is your administration right now. We on your time right now. People need to wake up. We're not going for that. Congratulations to Donald Trump, man. By far the better choice. This woman don't even got no money to really finance her campaign. So all those homosexual agencies and Oprah Winfrey, all them baby killers and things like that, financing her campaign so that she got to pay back them favors. That's one thing that's different than Donald Trump. Having your own money that people can't own you. People don't control you. She ain't got no money. So she being controlled. She's a puppet. Reading off of it, like you see her whole campaign, she repeating the same speeches, memorizing them by heart. She's a puppet. Ain't never did. Get up out of here. Terrible. I hate fakeness. I hate it with a passion. But we have a new president, man. Again, he already was here before. Now we have another new one. These people don't care. These people want control. That's why they tried to kill the man twice, because they can't control him, and he's not going to bend to their homosexual agendas. He's not going to bend to their baby murdering agenda. He's not going to bend to their God-hating agenda. He's not going to bend to them wanting to push all these illegal aliens inside of the country to cause havoc and more drug dealing and more crime, because they can't legally work, because they here illegally. So they can't legally work. They can't get IDs. They can't get no government funding and assistance. So guess what they do? Because they over here illegal, they got to sell dope. They got to rape. They got to extort. They got to do all type of crime to survive. And she don't have no problem with the borders. Get up out of here talking about we got 30-something million illegal aliens over here. 36 million. So 36 million running wild, running havoc, running crazy. They got to do illegal things because they can't legally work. They don't even supposed to be here. And terrorists is running them through the pipeline to actually set us up for another 9/11. Because they need the money. They need the finances. So the drug trade go up higher. Like, man, get up out of here, man. People so damn dumb. We are at war, okay? Y'all better know what's going on. We are at war, whether you accept it or not. Americans is too comfortable in America as a result of George Bush them putting the war on terror and vowing not to fight this fight on our soil. Y'all don't even know why y'all safe. Y'all don't even know the Republican Party been keeping y'all safe for so many years it ain't even funny. The Democrats always been afraid and scared to fight, making us look weak to the point that these other countries don't mind threatening us, don't mind hitting us, because they know y'all scared to fight. The Republicans ain't never been scared to fight. They always been the ones that make them actually want to think twice before trying to hit us. What did Donald Trump just say after he won? Like, look, I'm going to talk to Putin and they all going to look, I'm finna stop this war. They know I'm serious. They know I'm about business. I can make it where we can all eat good because I know good business. But at the same time, I can make it like it's going to be hell to pay. So either way it go, you want to get this money or you just want to fight for nothing. Because there's enough money out here for everybody. That's what good business means. People don't know nothing. Nothing at all. With that being said, man, it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment. That's some question. It's yours. Thank God Donald Trump won this election. And all the Christians that's been literally educating him, talking to him, letting him know about end times and how important he is to being the president of the United States. And he understands the matter at hand that these ignorant people don't, because they hate God so much. The Democratic Party hate God because it's nothing but a homosexual, baby-killing party. That's all it is. That's why you lost. And good for you. Now, with that being said, thank God that he won this election. That's why they tried to kill the man twice. Because they can't control him. And they didn't want the God agenda. Because they were pushing the homosexual agenda. And it was homosexuals that tried to kill him, to take him out both times. Homosexuals. Get up out of here. And that says a lot, don't it? That a man who just got convicted of 36 felony accounts still beat you. They're going to show you just how terrible people tired of this Democratic Party. You couldn't even be the guy who just got convicted of 36 felonies. A convicted felon who's so-called racist. That's how bad the Democratic Party and agenda is, that people have opened their eyes to. That they would rather have a so-called racist, convicted felon president over y'all party. So this is a smacking y'all face. A smacking y'all face from God himself, just to show you how terrible that party is. Now y'all don't even have power like y'all think. Pushing that lame, weak, baby-hating, homosexual, God-hating agenda that the people is no longer going to tolerate. That being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment, that's some question, it's yours. Congratulations to Donald Trump, the 47th president of the United States of America, and down with the God-hating, baby-hating, homosexual, Democratic, fake, false party. That's why y'all lost.